chicken. It can taste like, well, chicken. Unless, of course, you're cooking one of these 5 recipes from 5 countries that really show you how much chicken can shine.
Hi Beryl, hi everyone. My name is Gökçe. I'm originally from Turkey, but I live in the Netherlands now. The chicken dish I want to share is a dessert. It's called Tavuk Gogsu, and it's a sweet, creamy pudding made with shredded chicken breast. I know that sounds a bit weird, but stay with me. It looks like a smooth white milk pudding, almost like panna cotta. And it's made from milk, sugar, rice flour, and yes, a little bit of finely shredded cooked chicken breast. But you'd never guess there's meat in it. It just gives the pudding this stretchy, chewy texture that's really unique.
So the chicken sat overnight in my refrigerator, and now we are going to shred the living daylights out of it, because you need to have super shredded chicken if you're gonna make a sweet pudding, right?
I love it because it's so light, delicate, and not overly sweet. The texture is silky, but has this slight bite that makes it interesting.
Yeah, this is definitely the way to do it. Okay, I feel like I'm getting the hang. Okay, this is shredding round number 3 of 5. The key, I realize, is to do it in the water, because then the chicken becomes really fine, and then use the mesh sieve to drain it, because otherwise, like, you'll lose the chicken. It's getting so tiny. But I have to do this a bunch more times, so the chicken's really gonna be small by the end of it, which I guess makes sense because it's going into a sweet pudding. Things I never thought I would say, put chicken in a sweet pudding. There we go. Okay. Shredded chicken ball.
It's also super nostalgic, something you might eat at a Turkish family gathering or after a big meal. Tavuk Gogsu is pretty well known across Turkey, and it actually dates back to the Ottoman palace kitchens. It's part of a huge tradition of milk-based desserts in Turkish cuisine. It's all about creamy textures and gentle sweetness, often served cold. In our culture, milk desserts are seen as elegant, refreshing, and a perfect ending to a meal, especially in warm weather.
I'm just gonna taste the pudding itself. Yum, I mean, it's a milk pudding, it tastes delicious. I'm about to add chicken. I repeat, I'm about to add chicken. I'm excited. I'm honestly giddy about the addition of chicken. I'm just so curious.
Tavuk Gogsu is one of the most iconic because it's both familiar and surprising. Chicken might seem boring, but in this dessert it becomes part of something magical. It doesn't taste like meat at all. It just helps make the texture unforgettable. You should try Tavuk Gogsu because you never had chicken like this. It's dessert royalty. And in Turkish, chickens go gıt gıt gıdak.
We're starting with dessert because I bet when you click to watch a chicken episode, you were not expecting a dessert dish to be one of the recipes. But ha! Turkey came through. I feel like this recipe is why we do the show. It's something exciting, something new, something I've never heard of in my entire life, and yet, here it is. A chicken pudding. A sweet chicken pudding. I don't taste chicken. I taste cinnamon and milk and sugar and vanilla, but there is like the texture of the chicken is in there. If I didn't know that it was chicken, I don't know what I would think it is, because I wouldn't think it was chicken. It's pretty good. It's just like little, this is good. I don't know. Arguably, this is a great pudding. It was easy to make. There's no eggs. You don't have to worry about breaking it. Just cornstarch, rice flour, milk, sugar. The cinnamon is really nice. I love the cinnamon with the pudding. It's so good. The chicken, just like, I can see little pieces of it. And you do have to chew it. I mean, I could swallow it whole, but the instinct is to chew because you can taste that there's something there. I'm awestruck. There's no chicken flavor. If I was to serve this to you and I just was like, here's a pudding, you'd be like, oh, this is a great pudding, Beryl. You wouldn't know that there was chicken in it, which just makes me wonder, why is there chicken in it then? I just love this show sometimes. I just love that I'm sitting here in my apartment eating a Turkish chicken pudding because I never thought that that would happen. The world is a big, beautiful place, full of amazing foods, interesting people who are willing to share their cultures with us. I mean, this is one of those dishes that I think has fully surprised me and taken me aback because it's beyond my imagination of something that you would create. People might be like, oh, like what is that? That's weird. But I think that's also the point of the show, is to be like, it's not weird, it's just different, and you should try it, and you should expand your palate and, you know, give things a shot. Because you could be really surprised and end up loving, like I have, a chicken pudding. Leia's gonna taste this on camera quickly so you guys can get her reaction too, because mine has been like, ah!
Okay. I know the texture reminds me of rice. This is really good.
Do you think the texture is good? Is it like adding value?
Yeah, I like it. Yeah, I think it's adding, it's not just like melt in your mouth. Like you still have to chew it a bit, which I do like. And I love rice pudding. So if you like rice pudding.
And you can't eat rice.
And you can't eat rice. Just use chicken.
Leia is gonna take some of this home and we're gonna see if Reed can tell that there's chicken in it.
Whoa. That's good. Mayonnaise in it? Tartar sauce? Dijon mustard? Tofu or something? Like protein powder? Is there clam chowder in this? Interesting. Meat? Whoa, it's like chicken?
Yeah.
There's chicken in there?
Yeah.
Does it taste like there's anything bizarre in it?
No.
The secret ingredient is chicken.
Chicken? What the hell? Why is there chicken in here?
Is it rice?
No. No, I mean, it's chicken.
It's chicken.
Yeah.
What part of it? Like chicken?
Chicken breast.
Breast smushed into this?
Yeah.
It's pretty good chicken. Tastes like chicken.
One of the most important things to consider when you're cooking chicken is, of course, the temperature. A cooked chicken will read at 165 degrees Fahrenheit or 74 degrees Celsius. So finding the right meat thermometer is really important, especially when it comes to chicken, but for any meat that you're cooking, period. So for today's episode, I have partnered with Typhur to show their Gold Sync Dual Thermometer. This thermometer has both Wi-Fi and Bluetooth, making it the most reliable meat thermometer on the market. This means you don't need to continuously check your meat while you're cooking it, and you can set and monitor what you're cooking from anywhere in your home. The thermometer is heat resistant up to 932 degrees Fahrenheit or 500 degrees Celsius, so it can get hot and it's gonna be okay. It's waterproof, so it's perfect if you want to sous vide, and super easy to clean up. What really sets this thermometer apart is the dual probe system. The probes are labeled 1 and 2, and it's perfect if you're cooking 2 types of meat and you need to get them to different temperatures, or just 2 pieces of meat in general. Another thing I love is that the probes will do some math and let you know how long it's going to be until your meat is done. It's super cool. They're running a promotion through my channel. If you use my code BERYLS15 at checkout, you will get 15% off, and it's something that I highly recommend you do, especially if you're somebody who likes cooking meat at home, because this is truly one of the best meat thermometers on the market, hands down. So use the link in my description to check it out.
Hi, my name is Shambhavi, and today I'll be sharing with you a dish from Lucknow. This dish is called Murgh Mussallam. Murgh Mussallam would translate to whole chicken in English. This dish is made with a whole chicken which is stuffed with minced chicken mix. The minced chicken mix contains chopped dry fruits. It contains some aromatic spices like black cardamom, green cardamom, and nutmeg powder. We also use garam masala, red chili powder, as well as turmeric powder in this mix.
I have never before seen a fully skinned full chicken in my life. It's a little disturbing, I'm not gonna lie. It looks a little crazy to me, but also really shows the ability of the butcher. Like, the chicken is perfect and just fully skinned. I don't know if you need to have it fully skinned in order to make the dish. I think that you can also do this in pieces, but for this recipe, it's a fully skinned chicken, baby.
We sear the whole chicken along with the stuffing, the stuffed whole chicken basically, on very high heat. We then let it cook with some broth on low heat for at least 40 minutes. We also prepare a gravy to go with this dish.
So I've scored the chicken, made the marinade, marinated the chicken, and made the stuffing. Now I'm gonna make the gravy. I understand why this is not a dish that most people would make at home, because this is a lot. I'm tired. I can't believe how much more I have to do. This better be good. And I forgot, I have to cook the chicken, because this is not a chicken that you just put in the oven. It requires a little more, like hands-on approach. I don't have an actual spice grinder, so I'm using my coffee grinder. I hope that it works, because otherwise I will have slightly ruined the taste of my coffee for nothing, but yeah. In a pinch, we'll see if it works. It worked! Hip hip hooray! Hip hip hooray! Hip hip hooray!
The gravy is blended into a very smooth, velvety paste. This dish reminds me of Lucknow, of course. It reminds me of all the beautiful restaurants and the delicious dishes we have in Lucknow. If I were to say something about this dish, it would be that it is very artsy. It takes a lot of time and patience to make, but the final result is this very beautiful chicken dish, which is also delicious to eat.
So I've never trussed a chicken before. The cooking twine that I have has an image on how to do it. It's pretty rudimentary, but I'm gonna use this as my guide. So I just need to tie the legs together. That shouldn't be that difficult. Just looks like a little bow. Here we go. Wrap that. I'm gonna wrap that. I'm gonna bring this together. Here we go. Whew. That looks nice.
Mostly people don't like to make it at home because it is a tedious task to make this dish. However, for me, it is something I find very artsy to make at home. Every step that goes into making this dish to me is very beautiful. I hope you like this dish, and I hope you enjoy this dish with your family. Visit Lucknow sometime and enjoy our other amazing dishes as well. Thank you so much.
This was a lot of work. I am full on exhausted at this point, but I do feel like I've ended up with a chicken dish that is truly special because I did a lot of things that I've never done before, and my house smells so good. Yum. Leia. Well, the meat is cooked perfectly. It is not dry at all. It is moist and flavorful. The sauce has a nice little kick to it. It's very creamy from the yogurt and the almonds and the cashews that went into it. Wow. This is definitely like restaurant quality food here. No wonder this dish takes so long. It tastes so complex. There's so much going on here. I do have the egg that the chicken was stuffed with. I'm gonna give this guy a go. It's a little ironic stuffing a chicken with an egg. Some of these are even stuffed with chicken, which is kind of crazy. That's a good egg. That's a good egg. I want to talk about the method of cooking this chicken that I think is really interesting. So, for example, my mother-in-law in India does not have an oven. So it makes sense that to cook a whole chicken like this, it would be done in a pot. Browning it on all the different sides has the flesh a little bit crunchy, but then cooking it in the liquid and the sauce made it very, very succulent. It was definitely a new way to cook a chicken for me, but it kind of makes sense because you want a moist chicken, and cooking it like that in the liquid with the cap on keeps everything nice and wet inside. So I think that's also why you end up with such a good chicken in the end. I had never seen a fully skinned chicken before. When we asked the butcher to do it, he was just like, yeah, no problem. As if it was something that's done normally. I put a picture of it on Instagram, and I got a lot of comments from people in India and Pakistan saying this is how they get chickens. So it kind of makes sense, obviously this being an Indian dish, but I had never seen it before. Rajat told me that this is one of his favorite dishes, and I totally understand now why. It's beautiful. If you go to an Indian restaurant and you see this on the menu, order it. And if you feel like you want to spend a couple of hours in your kitchen cooking a complicated dish, cook it. But this definitely feels to me like order it at a restaurant type of dish. But having made it myself, you know, having people over for dinner, people would be like, whoa, Beryl. Like maybe I should do it for a dinner party just so I could get the accolades, because I would get a lot of them. This is a very special chicken dish. A whole new way of cooking a chicken, a whole new flavor of a chicken. This is chicken done right.
Hey Beryl, this is Eman from Egypt, and the meal I'm sharing with you today is lamb pigeons. In Egypt, we love eating stuffed pigeons in special celebrations and occasions.
So for this, I'm using Arborio rice. This is an Italian short-grained rice, but you could use any short-grain rice for this. It's like sushi rice or another short-grain rice that I will write about in the description for you. I'll do some Googling, but any short-grain rice will work for this.
Stuffed pigeons can be a bit expensive for everyday use. Another affordable alternative is boneless, skin-on chicken thighs, which are stuffed with spicy rice and onions and wrapped to be a roll to look like a real stuffed pigeon, hence the name, lamb pigeons.
It's a little crispy, but that's okay. Okay, let's stuff these birds. So this is a leg and thigh combo. The thigh has been deboned, the leg has not, and we're gonna be stuffing the rice underneath the skin of the thigh, and then we're gonna kind of pin it together, and then we're gonna boil it. And that's easy. We're not gonna have issues. I think it's gonna be I'm really interested in trying to do this, but I do think this is pretty technical, but I feel like I have a really good video. Pinning, flipping, stuff. Okay, so that's the bottom. But it's cool, right? Like I didn't even know that you could debone half of a piece of a chicken and then have the other half not deboned. It's cool.
Not flopping around.
Stuff into there. Can't even get it through. Ugh. This is hard. Okay, I have one part pinned. Okay. Yeah, that's pinned. That was not easy, but I do think that it's pinned nicely. Like nothing's gonna be falling out, I hope, because we're gonna boil this now.
I love this dish because it has the crispness of the skin, the tenderness of the meat, and the spices of the rice. But I like the most about it that you can use it to express your love to your guests and family by showing them how much time and effort and care you put into making every single piece.
That looks good.
Yeah.
I hope you like it. I hope it inspires you to cook and to show your love through your cooking.
I think that these turned out really beautiful. The crisp on top looks Very nice. There are a million toothpicks in this. So before I eat, I'm gonna have to do a little bit of surgery. One of them kind of opened up a little bit more than the other. Yeah, like this one opened up a bit more than the other. But I think I'm gonna go with this one because maybe it means I had more stuffing in it. But toothpicks are coming out. How do I eat this now? Should I just like bite into this?
Yes, you will.
I don't think this is how it's done. That's pretty delicious. You can really taste the ghee. I feel like my lips are shiny from ghee, which is okay by me. Can you see that? I have a good amount of stuffing, I think. That looks pretty good. I like that the thigh is boneless, so you can take a nice bite of this. Okay, this is probably definitely meant to be done with a fork and knife. The chicken, because it's dark meat, is very, very moist. Cooking it in the broth helps retain a lot of that moistness, for lack of a better term. The broth that's left over from this, I added a little bit of salt. It's really nice, so you can just save the broth and use it to cook rice, use it to make soup with. Anything that you can do with broth, you can do with this because it tastes really good. The rice itself has a lot of flavor from the ghee and from the onions. It's soft, it's not overcooked and mushy. It's got a little bit of bite to it still, which I really appreciate. Crisping up the other side of the skin gives you a nice bite into the chicken because there's a lot of skin on the other side. I was worried it was gonna be too chewy, but it didn't end up being chewy at all. I will say that I wish that there was more salt in the rice. I think actually there's no salt in the rice because the recipe did not say to salt it. If you were going to try to stuff chicken with rice and onions on your own at home, I would salt the rice. I don't think there's any reason not to eat well-salted food. Problem solved, you know? Come here, chicken. Yeah. That's good. You know, in the recipe, I'm gonna say salt to taste. I love the way this chicken was butchered. It's so interesting to me. I mean, interesting, talk about the Indian skinned full chicken. That was interesting too, but you know, there's a lot of ways to butcher a chicken, and I just had no idea about. You can tell these dishes come from cultures that work with butchers, whereas in America, a lot of our meat just comes pre-butchered, so you don't really have any control over how you're eating it. I like that. This is a really good dish. It was a lot of work, like a couple of hours of work, but definitely something that feels special. Feels like the labor that I put into it is paying me back in the end with flavor. So I feel proud of myself that I was able to successfully make this.
Hi Beryl, my name is Cédric and I live in Frankfurt, Germany. I grew up in Germany, but my mother's from France, from the Normandy region, so I want to show you a French recipe. The dish I want to talk to you about is Poulet Vallée d'Auge, or Doge Valley chicken, and it's a quite fancy dish that was created in Parisian restaurants and cafes to mimic the tastes of the Doge Valley in Normandy. So it uses the traditional ingredients like cream, apples, and cider. I like this dish in particular because we would make it for special occasions or when we had guests. So every time my mom would tell us she would make Poulet Vallée d'Auge, you would know we have something to celebrate, or even just celebrate normal weekday just because we feel like it. And I really like it because it brings me closer to my family and also my French roots.
I'm about to flambe for my first time ever, live on camera. But I am a little bit nervous because I don't have a long lighter. So what I'm gonna do is use these long matches and just kind of drop them into the pan. I've also never had Calvados before, but this is an apple brandy. You can find other apple brandies, but Calvados is the real deal if you want to make this the truly authentic way. But I know that my dad really likes drinking it as an after dinner drink, so that's how I know it. Forgot, safety first, pulling my long, luscious locks back out of my face so that they don't catch on fire. Safety, kids. Oh my God, I'm so nervous.
Go, go, go.
Ah! I did it! I did it! Yes! Does this just burn?
Ah!
It's burning my thing over there.
Oh my God, oh my God, oh my God, oh my God, oh my God.
Ah! Ah! Okay, it didn't burn it, but I was like, oh my God, my wooden shelf.
You did it!
Oh my God. Okay, there's like a little flame left, but that was great. Oh my God. My heart is beating. It's tachycardic right now. That was so exciting.
I wouldn't say it's the most common dish, but it is for sure a well-known dish. More in the northern part of France, because there people use butter for cooking, just like in the recipe, and in the southern part, I'm not sure they would enjoy the dish as much because they use a lot of olive oil in their cooking. Chicken can be a bit plain, but I think this dish makes a great job in making it shine because it's showing what the chicken can do, and through the cooking process it brings out the nicest flavors in the chicken. Combining it with a rich creamy sauce and cutting through that creaminess with the nice apples makes it a really special and comforting dish. In French, a chicken makes cote 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 or cote cote, and a rooster makes cocorico. I think people should try this dish because it's a great look into French cooking. It uses a lot of the typical methods of cooking it, and it's not too complicated while still being a bit challenging, so you can feel very proud when you make it. Bon appétit!
I think this is one of the first times where I've made a French dish that was difficult, but where I really, truly succeeded. Obviously, I haven't tasted it yet, but I just feel like all the components look good. The flambe went really well for the most part. Like, it was successful. It was scary, but it was successful. The chicken's at a good temp. Like, everything, I think, has come together. I need to just get in now. Put my money where my mouth is. Complete bite here. I've got the apple, the veggies, the sauce, the chicken. Oh my gosh. Leia's gonna take the leftovers home tonight for dinner. You are in for a treat.
Oh my God, I'm so hyped. I'm so excited.
Whoa. This is so decadent. A lot of butter went into this dish, okay? I'm just gonna say that from the top. We had butter for the chicken, butter at the end with the sauce, but it wasn't just like a little bit of butter, it was like 50 grams of butter every time, which is a lot of butter. And you can taste it. And that's one of the reasons it tastes so good. I use a French churned butter for this, which is a very delicious and tasty butter. I will leave a link to it in the description. Just because good butter is good, you know what I mean? So you can taste the butter in this. The sauce is so creamy. The egg yolks and the creme fraiche together have made this just otherworldly sauce. I don't know what else to call it. I mean, it is a sauce, but it is glorious with all the veggies in it. The carrots are tender, the leeks are soft, and so are the onions. The shallots have that little bite to them, so you can like taste the shallot, which I love the taste of shallots. And the chicken is cooked so well. One of the nice things about dark meat is you really can't overcook it, especially when you're braising it. We cooked it in that cider. It is so juicy. I want the stewed apple again. The stewed apple with this sauce is incredible. You have the sweetness of the apples that were cooked in butter with the kind of richness of the dark meat chicken and of the sauce. It's a beautiful, they're complementing each other so well. It's such a perfect side dish to this chicken. I'm like out of breath from how good it is and from talking. French food is hard to make. It's not for the weak in the kitchen. Like, you have to feel strong and have a good sense of self when you're cooking French food in your kitchen at home. And this dish had a lot of elements and a lot of parts to it, but boy oh boy, have they come together to be something truly spectacular that I feel like I just nailed.
Hi everyone, my name is Gleyce. I'm from Rio de Janeiro, Brazil, and live in Lisbon, Portugal with my husband Levi. I want to introduce you to a very traditional Brazilian dish called Frango com Quiabo. It is made with chicken thighs and okra. This dish is a comfort food for many Brazilian people.
I personally am a huge fan of okra, but I know that not everybody is because it definitely has a slimy texture, especially when you start cooking it. The longer you cook it, the less slimy it will get, just saying. But the thing is, I really only know how to make bindi masala, which is like a fried Indian okra dish. So if any of you have any other okra recipes that you can share with me, that would be greatly appreciated because I have a lot of okra left over.
Frango com quiabo is mostly appreciated in the state of Minas Gerais, but if you go to any grandmother house in Brazil, she will serve this dish to you, probably with some angu. The chicken in this dish turns out very soft and juicy and is supposed to come off the bones easily. With simple ingredients, the chicken shines and the broth that is left from the cooking is gold. The okra was brought to Brazil by the enslaved people that was forced to leave from Africa and is now very appreciated in Brazilian cooking. The first time I cooked frango com quiabo was when I moved to Portugal and I missed the taste of home. It turned out so delicious I cried. In Brazil, we teach kids that chicken sounds are cocó, but when we actually imitated chicken, we say and of course, the rooster does cocoricó in the morning. People should try this dish, not only because it's simple to make and delicious, but it also carries a lot of history and ancestry. I hope you enjoy it. Bon appetit!
I got some crispy skin on these chicken thighs, and they're looking mighty beautiful. Also, I love okra, so I'm pretty excited for this dish. That's really nice. There's a lot of flavor going on in this dish. I think cooking the vegetables in the broth, and then I did add a little bit of chicken bouillon powder just to up the ante a little bit because okra can be a little bit bland on its own, has resulted in a dish that is poppin' full of kind of this like umami chickeny flavor, which is what I think I definitely am looking for when it's a chicken dish. You want that flavor of chicken to be elevated. I want some of the skin because I feel like I did a really good job cooking this chicken skin. That looks good. Right? Those look good. Yeah, it has good crunch. I like that it's still crunchy because when we cooked the chicken, we didn't cover it in the pan so that the moisture in there didn't kind of soften the crust on it. But the vegetables have become so tender. I really like cooking with dark meat because it is so forgiving. You can overcook it and it's not gonna get dry. The nice thing about cooking with a thermometer though, obviously, is that you can get it to the right temperature and you really get the right amount of moisture in that chicken still. The okra in this dish has that soft, not slimy, but just soft texture to it. If you're somebody who doesn't like that in okra, I don't know what to say to you. Like, you might not love the okra in this dish then. For me personally, I like it. I'm a huge okra fan. I did say in the kitchen that I do have a lot of okra now, so if any of you have recipes, please help a girl out because I don't want that okra to go bad. Compared to the other chicken dishes in this episode, this was by far the simplest. It took about an hour from start to finish, and of course we were filming, so things move a little bit slower. But I think I totally understand how this is a home-cooked meal. It has a lot of those flavors of home to it. It's comforting, it's cozy, it's warming, and it's simple, which is something that's always nice when you're looking for a new recipe to try. I hope you enjoyed this episode all about chicken this week and it's inspired you to try something new with an ingredient that you might be quite familiar with. A huge thank you again to Typhur for sponsoring our episode and supplying me with the meat thermometers that I used for all of the dishes. Don't forget that all the recipes are on my website, beryl.nyc, and let me know if any of these have struck your fancy and you might consider trying making them. Until next week, I am leaving you with 2 more episodes in our culinary universe, and I will see you all then.